An innovation-led collaboration, a vibrant, dynamic and economic
These are visuals
relationship.
that we are getting live from Bengaluru's Hotel Leela, in which the NASSCOM function, Digitizing Tomorrow, is taking place, and of course in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
35 software-led German R&D centers, 1,600 Indo-German collaborations, over 600 joint ventures. India for Germany. 150 plus Indian firms in Germany. Strong IT footprint across 7 German cities. Second largest investor in German Mittelstand firms. 10,000 plus Indian students studying in Germany. Strong collaboration capabilities in engineering, space and defense sectors. Germany and India together equals a digital tomorrow.
This is live footage. This is live footage that we are getting from the Leela Hotel in Bangalore, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Angela Merkel are attending the Digital Tomorrow function, a seminar organized by NASSCOM, Digitizing Tomorrow Together, India and Germany 2015. And the Prime Minister in conversation there with the NASSCOM head, Mr. Chandrasekhar.
The future of manufacturing, reshaped at the intersection of the physical and digital worlds. Industry 4.0 provides the perfect opportunity to bring the best in German manufacturing and the strengths of India's software to create new possibilities for manufacturers. Infosys and the Institute for Industrial Management, FIR, University of Aachen, Germany, together spearheaded the world's first in-depth Industry 4.0 readiness study. Powered by design thinking philosophy, the survey shows that 85% will embrace the Industry 4.0 methodology by 2020. Infosys has developed a suite of solutions and products, and together with an ecosystem of partners is accelerating Industry 4.0 adoption, helping manufacturers chart new paths by increasing efficiency, lowering costs, and helping build a greener planet. All this while reinvigorating its own campuses. India and Germany, reshaping the future of manufacturing together.
This is the NASSCOM function in Bengaluru, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Angela Merkel over there,
3,000 plus engineers,
and going through some of the displays that are being presented.
Advanced simulation solutions.
The last one that we listened to was on
Can
Internet
accident
4.0.
scenarios be reconstructed? Yes.
The Internet of Things,
Can
that is.
high-end seating comfort be evaluated? Yes. With the next-gen mathematical human body model, a virtual human that has bones, internal organs, ligaments and muscles, that reacts like a human being and helps predict injury when placed in a car crash simulation, building real-life safety, achieving unreal horizons. Germany and India redefining the automobile tomorrow together. and G&D foray into global markets together. Munich-based world leader in banknote processing system. 49 plus subsidiaries, joint ventures across 30 countries. TCS re-engineers existing banknote processing system. Establishes local supplier ecosystems. Delivers product sustenance and manufacturing services. 40% improvement in processing throughput. Making in India, taking to the global market together. Infineon e-validation. Today, a German national's electronic ID card or a resident's e-permit, e-health card granted in Germany, validated at one location in India, at Infineon Technologies, Bangalore. A 15-member team creates an impact, not only for Germany.
And we're joined by our correspondent Sanjay Ghosh, who is at the venue, Digitizing Tomorrow, India and Germany together. That is the focus theme of this function, attended by the Prime Minister of India and the Chancellor of Germany. Fill us in with the details, Sanjay. This is really futuristic, isn't it, in its thinking? Tell us about the kind of displays that the Prime Minister and the German Chancellor are looking at and what they actually mean and imply.
Well, they had a walkthrough through an LCD power display put up by three companies from both, each from India and Germany. Germany is looking at helping India in research and innovation, and India in turn would give it technical IT expertise and competence. That is what, when I spoke to Frank Tepper from the Fraunhofer Institute, he told me that an MOU is to be signed between the National Skill Development Agency and the German National Skill Development Agency in the presence of the Prime Minister and the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. So India is likely what Germany is looking at is smart manufacturing. So they are looking at having India's IT competence and their manufacturing competence to bring them together and bring out this new concept of smart manufacturing. Mark.
Yes, we are looking at some of these displays, Sanjay, and they are talking about concepts that not quite understandable to the common man, one would think. First Internet 4.0, the Internet of Things, creating the future car, things like that, What exactly are we talking about?
What they are, it is futuristic in the sense they are talking about Industry 4.0. So they would be working at the manufacturing, on the manufacturing side. They would do the research and innovation, and they are looking at India for giving them the technical expertise in the IT. So IT, they would like to utilize the IT competence of India and work with their manufacturing. They are talking about smart manufacturing. Smart manufacturing is futuristic, but as Mr. Narendra Modi has been saying, that if India has to grow, then research and innovation would be playing a major part in India's IT domain, and NASSCOM will be working with the German agency Fraunhofer to work out concept of smart manufacturing. Mark.
Now, when we look at that, Sanjay, some things that come to mind automatically are things like, simulations, basically for automobiles. Things that are basically technology-driven that give us solutions. Flight simulators. We are looking at a plane right now on our screen. There's also, in terms of automobile engineering, there was the creation of a robot which would be sitting in a car for crash simulations, issues like that, which actually are near real, but not quite real, but they give us the same impact and the same lessons. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
If you look at the Silicon Valley, Bangalore, this city has seen exponential growth in the last 30 years. This massive development that has happened in this industry has happened in the last 30 years. So you have 4,000 companies under NASSCOM. So if now the Indian industry is around $90 billion. So what Mr. Narendra Modi has been talking is that if India has to grow and keep to the global trend, then they have to concentrate on research and innovation. That is where Germany comes into play. They are going to set up their bases in Bengaluru, and they would work with the Silicon Valley to come up with this concept of smart manufacturing, where they will be Germany being a manufacturing hub of the world.
To every one of you.
Right, Sanjay,
I'm honored to welcome Her Excellency,
receiving. Thanks very much for joining us.
Dr. Angela Merkel, German Federal Chancellor, and Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. I would also like to welcome the German business delegation who have joined us in Bangalore today. Ladies and gentlemen, again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Strong and sustainable partnerships are built on bedrock of complementing strength and opportunities. India's partnership with Germany is built on strong foundation of research and collaboration. Both countries share a strength of partnership that expands across multitude of areas. In this brief talk, I would like to share with you 5 key messages to accelerate this partnership. Shri Narendra Modi at the Hanover Fair talked about the 3 Ds of India. He talked about democracy, demography, and demand. Together with the 3 Ds of India, Germany thrust into Industry 4.0. We can look to a new partnership for a digitized and sustainable future, and hence our theme for this particular conclave is digitizing tomorrow together. The second point I'd like to make is India today provides an untapped opportunity to global companies to design in India, make in India, and make it happen in India. Combined with the Digital India, Skills India, Smart Cities, Startup India, the projects are all very large in scope and transformational, and as such, they provide the right platform for German companies and Indian companies to work together. NASSCOM, where I serve as the chairman of the board now, represents the technology industry in India, an industry that has reshaped the dreams of middle class of India and helped it emerge in the global scenario. Our members have developed some of the most technologically advanced and mission-critical applications for cooperation throughout the world, including several socially impactful systems. We actually showcased to Chancellor Merkel and the Honorable Prime Minister 6 of those initiatives earlier today. I would urge the business delegations from Germany to expand the partnership with India across manufacturing, services, digital engineering, and co-creating solutions in the world. The key differentiator is every global scenario will be education and skills. Companies have built their R&D capabilities as well as expertise in data analytics and product design. India's demographic dividend can be leveraged to complement the nations which have an aging population. At the same time, vocational training systems of Germany is considered among the best in the world, and we can join hands and work together. Lastly, in today's globalized world, I would request the support from Chancellor Merkel in addressing some of the key issues on labor mobility for skilled professionals, recognition of India as a data-secure nation, and simplification of export control regime to import high technology equipment into India. I now have the honor to invite German Federal Chancellor, Her Excellency Dr. Angela Merkel, to address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Merkel has been the Chancellor of Germany since 2005 and the leader of the Christian Democratic Union since 2000. Mrs. Merkel has been named several times in Time 100. In May 2015, she has been named the most powerful woman in the world for a record of 9th time by Forbes. Madam Federal Chancellor, may I request you to address the gathering, and let's join our hands to welcome her.
Sehr geehrter Herr Premierminister, sehr geehrter Herr Chandrasekhar, sehr geehrter Herr Reddy, sehr geehrter Herr Professor Otto, meine Damen und Herren. Dass wir zu diesem Wirtschaftsforum in Bangalore zusammenkommen, um über deutsch-indische Wirtschafts- und Wissenschaftskooperation zu sprechen, das ist eine hervorragende Idee und ich möchte den Organisatoren ganz herzlich danken. Hier im asiatischen Silicon Valley, wie Bangalore ja auch genannt wird, ist die enge Zusammenarbeit unserer Länder mit Händen zu greifen. Hier findet deutsche Ingenieurkompetenz und indische IT-Brillanz zueinander und ergänzen sich perfekt. Davon konnten wir uns auch während unseres Besuchs im Innovationszentrum von Bosch überzeugen. Insgesamt sind rund 170 deutsche Unternehmen in Bangalore vertreten. Sie erweisen sich als wichtiger und verlässlicher Motor der wissenschaftlichen Entwicklung in dieser Region. Und in diesem Engagement spiegelt sich zugleich die hohe Bedeutung der deutsch-indischen Wirtschaftsbeziehungen. Deutschland ist Indiens wichtigster Handelspartner in der Europäischen Union. Unser bilaterales Handelsvolumen lag im vergangenen Jahr bei rund 16 Milliarden Euro. Nach eher verhaltenen Jahren verspricht 2015 wieder ein Jahr der Zuwächse zu werden. In den ersten 7 Monaten nahmen die deutschen Importe um über 8% zu, unsere Exporte nach Indien sogar um fast 18% gegenüber dem Vorjahreszeitraum. Indien ist für Deutschland nicht nur als Handelspartner, sondern auch als Investitionspartner sehr gefragt. Mehr als 1600 deutsche Unternehmen sind hierzulande aktiv. Manche sind es sogar schon länger als 100 Jahre. Und mit einem Bestand von insgesamt fast 10 Milliarden Euro zählt Deutschland zu den wichtigsten Direktinvestoren in Indien. Unsere Unternehmen wissen die Standortvorteile hier in Indien zu schätzen. Ein großer Markt, ein hohes Wachstumspotenzial und eine beeindruckende Innovationsfähigkeit. Dass das Interesse am weiteren Ausbau unserer Wirtschaftsbeziehungen groß ist, das unterstreichen die Spitzenvertreter namhafter deutscher Unternehmen, die mich auf dieser Reise begleiten. Es kommt auch nicht von ungefähr, dass Indien nach 2006 auch 2015 wieder Partnerland der weltweit bedeutendsten Industriemesse in Hannover war. Dies bringt die hervorragenden Möglichkeiten einer engen Zusammenarbeit in den Branchen zum Ausdruck, für die ja auch Bangalore steht. Branchen, die mit Digitalisierung, Vernetzung und Industrie 4.0 zu tun haben. Der Wertschöpfungsanteil der Industrie in Deutschland ist mit über 22% nicht nur seit vielen Jahren stabil, sondern im weltweiten Vergleich auch relativ hoch. Der Erfolg der deutschen Industrie war und ist nur möglich durch die ausgeprägte Internationalisierung. Und diese setzt eine entsprechend hohe Innovationsfähigkeit voraus. Wir müssen unsere Produkte und Verfahren immer wieder auf den neuesten technologischen Stand bringen oder noch besser immer wieder Vorreiter sein. Schon allein im Begriff vernetzte Industrie klingt die Aufgabe an, dass wir verschiedene Kompetenzen bündeln müssen. Und genau dem dient auch unsere Plattform Industrie 4.0. Sie bringt alle Maßnahmen
of industrialization, and that presupposes a great capacity of innovation. We have to renew, reform our products, our processes, our manufacturing processes, bring them up to par, or even better, to be in the vanguard of new technological developments. Integrated industry shows that we need to focus, that we need to fuse different competences, and this is exactly what our platform Industry 4.0 is all about, because all of the important stakeholders from the business community, from science, from trade unions and politics come together here in order to render Industry 4.0 a success story. That doesn't only mean that we need to find answers to technological issues and problems, but we also have to find convincing answers to questions of safety and security, standardization, the legal framework, and also changes in the very competent in the area of he has a lot of experiences. So I think we ought to merge know-how and the strengths of our two countries, open more doors that will enable us to be successful in this digital age. But beyond IT and Industry 4.0, our two countries have tremendous opportunities for cooperation. I'm thinking here particularly of infrastructure projects, for example, in the rail sector, or in urban development, energy supply, be it about mobility, services, vocational training. Both sides can surely benefit from a closer cooperation, no matter whether it be digitization or the areas I just mentioned. So it is a very good thing that the KfW banking group supports investments in India. And let me add, we will have to continue to think about possible investment schemes that financial institutions in Germany ought to offer in order to support such investments. We usually, when we engage in a business opportunity, try to stay there for the duration. We're interested in sustainable economic development, and this is why we have earmarked another 5 billion for the next 4 years to come. As in any other country, in India too, further economic development depends on the framework conditions that are offered to businesses, and we are therefore following with great interest the reform course of the Indian government that you embarked on under the Prime Minister. For example, the tendering for coal licensing was newly regulated. The limitations of stakes for foreign direct investments in a number of industries have been increased. So if these liberalization measures are just the start for further reforms, then this can actually give a very strong impetus to further investments of German company in India. Obviously, we are very much interested to be treated the same. Indian, German and European companies are very much interested to receive equal treatment with Indian businesses, because both sides, after all, benefit from fair market and competition conditions. That's essential, and this is why I would very very much welcome if the negotiations on a free trade agreement between the EU and India could be resumed as quickly as possible. We talked about this yesterday. Obviously, difficult, detailed issues have still to be clarified, but we should not lose sight of what is most important, namely that a comprehensive agreement is of tremendous importance for the economic partnership between India and the European Union. And for Germany, I can say, Indian investors are warmly welcome in Germany. Please, I can only encourage you to become engaged even more in Germany. Such a free trade agreement would not only pave the way for German companies to come to India, but the reverse is also true. You, as Indian companies, will find excellent conditions on the ground. We're, as you know, centrally located in Europe. We have very strong infrastructure. We have excellently qualified skilled labor, and also an excellent network of excellent research institutions. And I think that's one of the drivers, indeed, of innovation in Germany. I know that not only in Germany, but also here in Bangalore, you are interested in having a beneficial exchange between business community and science. So comes as no surprise that important research institutions from Germany are here, represented here. One example, for example, is the representation of the Fraunhofer Society. And yesterday we were able to see yet again that this link between appliance-oriented research and businesses is working very well here, although you don't have such a established tradition as we have it. But Bangalore is in many ways a case in point for the very good cooperation of our two countries in research and development. But obviously, there is always room for improvement, which is why we also agreed on cooperating even more intensively during our intergovernmental consultations. So, for example, work on the Indo-German Science Center will be further enhanced, and I can only welcome that a number of German and Indian universities already have entered into bilateral agreements. There are more and more Indian students that discover that in Germany you can actually study and have excellent conditions, particularly German engineering. About 12,000 Indian students are enrolled at German universities, so they are among the largest group of foreign students. I'd be obviously happy if as many of them as possible could also stay on after they have completed their studies for a number of years in Germany, also because India and Germany have to face great demographic challenges, but of a very different kind. India needs highly skilled
Hochschulstandort, sondern ist auch bekannt für seine Stärke in der dualen Berufsausbildung. Und ich bin sicher, dass wir unsere Erfahrungen im Rahmen der Skill India-Initiative hervorragend einbringen können. Ob in Wirtschaft, Wissenschaft oder Politik, vielfältige Kontakte beleben unsere Partnerschaft zwischen Indien und Deutschland. Und wir bauen dabei auf einem gleichen Werteverständnis auf. Wir wissen um den Stellenwert von Demokratie, von Rechtsstaatlichkeit, von Marktwirtschaft. Und gemeinsam teilen wir auch eine immer größer werdende internationale Verantwortung. In den Vereinten Nationen setzen wir uns für Frieden, Sicherheit und nachhaltige Entwicklung ein. Wir sind bereit, in Zukunft noch mehr Verantwortung weltweit zu übernehmen. Und wir treten für eine Reform des Sicherheitsrats ein, in der sich auch die veränderte Weltlage im 21. Jahrhundert widerspiegelt. Wir sind gemeinsam der Überzeugung, dass 70 Jahre nach Gründung der Vereinten Nationen die Zeit dafür reif ist. Premierminister Modi und ich haben vor einer Woche in New York mit unseren Partnern Japan und Brasilien genau darüber beraten und auch Vorschläge dazu gemacht. Im November werden wir beide uns in der Türkei beim G20-Gipfel wiedersehen. Dieses Forum hat in den vergangenen Jahren erheblich an Gewicht gewonnen. Und es kommt ja in der Tat darauf an, dass Schwellenländer und Industrieländer an einem Strang ziehen. Nur dann können wir uns wirklich dem Ziel nähern, nachhaltige und faire Wachstumsbedingungen für die Weltwirtschaft insgesamt zu schaffen. Es kann nur als gemeinsames globales Werk gelingen, die kürzlich beschlossene Agenda 2030 auch umzusetzen. Und sie ist der Leitfaden dafür, dass viele Millionen Menschen in den nächsten 15 Jahren eine bessere Perspektive für ihr Leben gewinnen können. Eines der großen Ziele ist, 2030 eine Welt ohne Hunger zu haben. Und natürlich tragen wir auch gemeinsam Verantwortung für das Weltklima. Deutschland und Indien sind sich einig in dem Ziel, die Erderwärmung auf 2 Grad zu begrenzen. Das ist notwendig, um die schlimmsten Folgen des Klimawandels abzumildern. Und deshalb müssen wir in Paris Ende des Jahres ein ehrgeiziges und für alle verbindliches Abkommen beschließen. Wir müssen uns auf einen Entwicklungspfad bewegen, der auf eine Dekarbonisierung im Laufe dieses Jahrhunderts zielt. Und das gelingt uns nur, wenn alle Staaten ihren Beitrag dazu leisten, wenn wir uns gegenseitig unterstützen, allerdings auch wissen, dass die Industrieländer hier eine höhere Verantwortung haben. Ein Kernelement dabei ist der zugesagte Beitrag der Industrieländer zur Klimafinanzierung. Diese Klimafinanzierung ist für ärmere Staaten von besonderer Bedeutung. Und wir haben unsere Bereitschaft dazu auf dem G7-Gipfel in Deutschland nochmals bekräftigt. Wir haben versprochen, ab 2020 100 Milliarden Dollar jedes Jahr zur Verfügung zu stellen, weltweit, aus staatlichen und privaten Quellen. Deutschland steht auch gerne bereit, Indien auf seinem Weg zu mehr Energieeffizienz und zu mehr erneuerbaren Energien zu begleiten. Wir können gemeinsam moderne Technologien für klimafreundliche Entwicklungen auch vorantreiben. In Deutschland selbst wollen wir bis zum Jahr 2050 unseren Anteil am Strom aus erneuerbaren Energien Schritt für Schritt auf 80% steigern. Damit leisten wir einen wichtigen nationalen Beitrag zum Klimaschutz und wir setzen international auch Maßstäbe, indem wir zeigen, ökonomische und ökologische Ziele lassen sich gut miteinander vereinbaren. Wir verzichten nicht auf Wohlstand, sondern erwirtschaften ihn nur auf andere Weise. Mit zunehmendem wirtschaftlichem Gewicht kommen natürlich den Ländern der Asien-Pazifik-Region mehr internationale Verantwortung zu, gerade auch was die entscheidenden Voraussetzungen für nachhaltige Entwicklung anbelangt: Frieden, Sicherheit und Stabilität. Leider lässt die sicherheitspolitische Lage auch in der asiatischen Region zu wünschen übrig. Ich erinnere an die Lage.
Showing that economic and environmental goals can be made compatible. We are not actually foregoing prosperity, but we are actually managing to achieve prosperity in different ways. And the increasing economic weight of the countries of the Asian Pacific region obviously also means that they shoulder more and more international responsibility. Unfortunately, also as regards the sustainable development in peace, security and stability. Unfortunately, the security and political situation in the Asian region is also one that is fragile. Let me just remind you of the Korean Peninsula and territorial conflicts in the East and South China Sea. Free and secure maritime routes in the Asian Pacific region actually also touch on core interests of Europe. And this is why it's important that the EU, as a security political partner, becomes more prominent, starting from ASEAN as an anchor of stability. A regional security architecture is developing where India is also participating, and Europe can actually be a partner in this. The security political responsibility that India is willing to shoulder also is reflected in its enhanced engagement in export control regimes that serve, among other purposes, non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. The fact that the country will now wish to be a member in all 4 international export control regimes is something that we very much support, because we see that as a starting point for cooperating in security areas more in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, all of these examples, this business forum and Indo-German intergovernmental consultations make one thing very clear. Our 2 countries are unified in the wish to enhance our relations and we have a firm wish to build on them. I very vividly vividly remember the virtual lion that we saw during the opening of Hanover Fair. We have been given lions by the apprentices just now, and this was a very clear symbol of India's ambition and of its self-confidence as a strong economic nation. While I was here in India during my visit, I did not meet a lion, but the Prime Minister told me where I can find them if I want to see them. You don't have to be.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your words of encouragement for business and science cooperation is extremely encouraging to all of us. And we certainly look forward to working with many more German companies in coming years. May I now invite the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to address the business community. Mr. Modi understands technology far better than many technology leaders in this room, and his vision of technology and its impact for India continues to energize us and do more. May I, sir? Please join your hands to welcome Mr. Modi again.
Your Excellency, Dr. Angela Merkel, it is a great pleasure for me to join you in Bangalore. Welcome to this Indo-German summit. I fondly recall my visit to the city of Hanover and Hanover Messe in April. 15 states, a number of CEOs and hundreds of companies from India had participated. The exposure of Hanover Messe will go a long way in shaping our vision and strategy of manufacturing. This is particularly important at a time when we are on the path of making India a global manufacturing hub. Dr. Merkel and friends, there is a tremendous potential in India-Germany economic collaboration. Germany ranks 7th among foreign investor countries in India. About 600 Indo-German joint ventures are already operating in India. However, as of now, our economic partnership remains below our full potential. We are particularly keen to develop the sectors where Germany is strong. We are working hard to create conducive conditions for the same. Friends, at a time of global slowdown, India represents a bright spot for investment. We are fortunate to be sailing in the right direction. The recent data on global economic activity reinforces this assertion. However, we cannot afford to be complacent. We are committed to doing everything possible to convert this analysis into reality. With a very open and global mindset, we have worked aggressively in the last 15 months to make India an easy place to do business. We are committed to creating favorable conditions for business and industry because we believe that they are necessary for improving the lives of ordinary citizens in India. A recent study conducted with the help of the World Bank Group has brought out the urgency among our provincial governments on ease of doing business. They are moving hand in hand with the federal government in this direction in a true spirit of cooperative and competitive federalism. In fact, the provincial governments have now entered into a healthy competition among themselves to ensure that a transparent, predictable, and user-friendly regulatory mechanism is quickly put in place. Friends, one of the biggest challenges in India today is to productively employ your youth. For meeting this challenge, we need to provide a huge push to manufacturing, which has stagnated at around 16% of the GDP for several decades in India. This percentage must reach around 25% in the short and medium term. With this in view, we have launched the Make in India initiative. To make it a success, apart from vigorous implementation of measures for ease of doing business, we have fast-track approvals and clearances for industry and infrastructure. Transparent auction and allocations of spectrum and of key natural resources like coal, iron ore, and other minerals in the last 15 months have created a level playing field for investors. We are aware that our domestic financial resources are not sufficient to meet our needs. Therefore, to enhance the flow of foreign investments, we have liberalized the foreign direct investment regime, allowing 100% FDI in railways, enhancing the FDI limit to 49% in defense and insurance. We have also refined our FDI policy for construction and medical devices. We have rationalized a number of other FDI-related policies issues, including bringing in the concept of composite sector caps for the FPIs and other investors. We are keen to build futuristic physical and social infrastructure. Through self-imposed discipline in the management of our financial resources, we have been able to allocate more resources for infrastructure sectors. In addition, we are setting up an India Investment and Infrastructure Fund. We have targeted an annual flow of rupees 20,000 crores, which is approximately 2.7 billion euros into this fund from our own resources. We are putting in place a professional team for asset management. We have also come up with the mechanism of tax-free infrastructure bond for projects in rail, road, and irrigation sectors. There were a number of regulatory and taxation issues which were adversely impacting on the sentiments of foreign investors. We have taken very decisive steps to remove a number of long-pending concerns of investors. To give you some examples, we have expedited regulatory clearances, including security and environmental clearances. Across the board, we have increased the validity period of industrial licenses. We have de-licensed a number of defense items and liberalized a number of restrictions like end-use certificate. We have increased the validity period of defense industrial licenses up to 18 years from 3 years. We have clearly articulated that we will not resort to retrospective taxation and reinforce this position by not going for imposition of minimum alternate tax on FPIs. We have notified the regulations for the alternative investment funds allowing foreign investments in such funds. We have rationalized the capital gain tax regime for real estate investment trusts. We have modified the permanent establishment norms. We have also decided to defer the implementation of the general anti-avoidance rules for 2 years. We have introduced the GST bill in Parliament. We are hopeful to roll it out in 2016. We are working on a new bankruptcy code. The Company Law Tribunal is soon going to be formed. We want to make sure that our tax regime is transparent and predictable. We are also keen to see that genuine investors and honest taxpayers get quick and fair decisions on tax matters. As a result, our initiatives, the sentiments for private investment and inflow of foreign investment have turned positive. The growth rate of our GDP is above 7%. FDI inflows have gone up by 40% compared with previous year's corresponding period. Many international financial institutions, including the World Bank, IMF, OEC, and others, are predicting even faster growth in the coming years. Moody's has upgraded the rating of India as positive. India has improved its ranking of investment attractiveness against 15 so far. Now we are at 9th place. India has also jumped 16 places on the World Economic Forum's Global Competitive Index after 5 years of decline in the list. Similarly, in a ranking of the top global destinations for greenfield investment, in the first half of 2015, India is at number 1. Foreign Policy magazine of USA has ranked India as number 1 FDI destination. Thus, just in 15 months, we have successfully restored the credibility of India in the eyes of global players. I have always said that government had no business to do business. Hence, through PPP or otherwise, we are encouraging private investments in areas where earlier only government used to invest. We are also divesting our stake in the public sector enterprises to instill market discipline. Friends, I want to assure you that India is committed to protecting intellectual property rights of all innovators and entrepreneurs. We have taken several initiatives for transparency and online processing in IP administration. A comprehensive national IPR policy is being finalized. Last week, I myself reviewed the situation. I can say that this will be progressive and forward-looking policy. Friends, we want your active involvement in translating our dreams into reality. Our commitment and aggressiveness to achieve the goal in a faster and effective manner offers immense opportunities to German companies. These opportunities range from building 50 million houses to setting up 100 smart cities, modernization of our railway network and station, to setting up a new railway corridors, generation of 175 gigawatt of renewable energy, to construction of transmission and distribution networks, national highways, bridges, and metro rails. Such a huge potential for creation and production will not be available in any one country. More importantly, no one place on the earth can offer the potential for consumption on such a massive scale. We are trying to power this potential through our campaigns like Digital India and Skill India. To tap the energy fully, we have launched the Startup India campaign. I thank NESCOM for becoming our active partner in this journey. Recently, we tried to ignite this energy through an interface of our youth with ecosystem of Silicon Valley. India, in fact, is on the threshold of a big IT revolution. We are at the tipping point where technology is going to be leveraged to meet the aspirations of our 1.25 billion citizens. These initiatives provide additional avenues for investment in modern technology and human resources. Friends, ours is a country of the young, and it is going to remain so for many more years. There is a huge domestic market in India. Unlike a decade ago, talented young minds in India are no longer looking merely for high-paying jobs. Instead, they have now begun taking risks and preferring to become entrepreneurs. We have witnessed exponential growth in the number of startups in the recent past. Some of these have begun to challenge established global players. To conclude, I can assure you that we will open to welcome your ideas, innovations, and enterprises. I had said in Hanover, and I am saying it again, that we are also open to carry out necessary corrections in our policies and procedures. I can say that never before India was so well prepared to absorb talent, technology, and investment from outside. To our understanding, the necessary condition to propel the Indian economy to a high growth trajectory do exist today. I am eagerly looking forward to working with you. While in Bangalore, I must add that it is the software of India that will move the hardware across the world. It is the talent of India that will master the technology. It is the market of India that will motive manufacturing. Therefore, it makes strong business sense to be in India. It makes even better business sense to make in India. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. we are indeed honored to have you here today. Listen to you one more time with all the inspiration that you bring and the energy you bring to this nation itself. So thank you for giving NASSCOM an opportunity to be a part of your vision. And we once again reassure you our commitment to make sure that your vision becomes a reality. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to the Honorable Prime Minister again. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to announce the business-to-business MOUs that have been signed and are being exchanged in the presence of the two leaders. The first MOU is being exchanged between Gujarat International Finance Tech City, or briefly it's called GIFT, and Siemens to support smart urban mobility solutions for the GIFT City. May I request Mr. Joe Kaser, CEO Siemens AG, and Ajay Pandey, Managing Director GIFT City, to step forward and exchange the MOUs.
तो अब सीधा प्रसारण देख रहे थे बेंगलुरु से, जहां प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और जर्मन चांसलर एंजेला मर्केल उन्होंने बिजनेस फोरम में अपनी अपनी बातें रखी। और जिस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि भारत इतना पहले कभी तैयार नहीं था, जो तमाम अपॉर्चुनिटीज, जो तमाम मौके हैं उसको भुनाने के लिए, और जिस तरह से नीतियों में बदलाव की बात है, सरकार उसके लिए पूरी तरह तैयार है और लगातार सरकार कोशिश कर रही है। जिस तरह से उन्होंने हैनोवर में कहा था, उन्हीं बातों को दोहराते हुए प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि हम तैयार हैं तमाम बदलावों को करने के लिए, जो बिजनेस करने के लिए ज़्यादा मुफीद मौके मुहैया कराता है। और उसके अलावा प्रधानमंत्री ने उन तमाम बिंदुओं को सामने रखा कि किस तरह से बदलाव हो रहे हैं नीतियों में, चाहे वो करों के प्रावधानों के स्तर पर हो। इसके अलावा प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि जिस तरह से पिछले 15 महीनों में भारत एक ऐसे स्थल के रूप में, एक ऐसे डेस्टिनेशन के रूप में उभरा है जो निवेश के लिए सबसे बेहतर स्थल है। इसके अलावा उन्होंने तमाम ऐसी एजेंसियों का जिक्र किया जो भारत की विकास की रफ्तार को बहुत ज़्यादा, बहुत बेहतर भविष्य के नज़रिए से बता रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री ने साथ में यह भी कहा कि एफडीआई जो पिछले 1 सालों में है, वो एफडीआई जो पिछले आंकड़े आए हैं उसमें जिस तरह की बढ़ोतरी हुई है, वो एक बड़ा मौका, एक सुनहरी तस्वीर सामने रखता है। और भविष्य में भी भारत इसी रास्ते पर चलने के लिए पूरी तरह से तैयार है। उन्होंने कहा कि जिस तरह से फास्ट ट्रैक अप्रूवल की नीति, उस पर भारत सरकार काम कर रही है, उसको तेजी से और आगे बढ़ाने की कोशिश लगातार सरकार कर रही है। और जो तमाम कंपनियां भारत में निवेश करना चाहती है, उसके लिए यह सबसे बेहतर मौका है। इसके अलावा प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि सरकार ढांचागत विकास के लिए तमाम तरह की कोशिशें कर रही है। इसके अलावा जो तमाम टैक्स फ्री बॉन्ड्स है उसकी कोशिशें हैं, निवेशकों के जो बड़े पुराने मुद्दे हैं उस पे लगातार काम हो रही है। एक बार फिर से हम आपको लिए चलते हैं बेंगलुरु, जहां पे इंडो जर्मन बिजनेस समिट जारी है।
And Mr. Joseph Eichenhammer, VP IBC Solar AG, to showcase their partnership in the presence of the two leaders. Congratulations. The joint venture envisages the creation of 3 special purpose companies and dovetails into our government's Clean India and flagship program, a clean and green pathway to sustainable growth. The next MOU today is between the National Skills Development Corporation, or it's briefly known as NDSC, and Infineon Technologies AG for skill development cooperation in electrical semiconductor production. May I request Dilip Shinoy, Managing Director and CEO of National Skill Development Corporation, and Mr. Arunjay Mittal, Board Member, Infineon Technologies, to please exchange the MOUs. With 65% of India's population under the age of 35, skill development is a key priority for the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and his government. Given Germany's global leadership in vocational education and skilling, this partnership is a step forward in Indo-German collaboration and is a very important sector for us. Our last MOU for today is between HMT and Fraunhofer for the collaboration in improving the design of machine tools through research and new technologies to improve industrial productivity. May I request Mr. Frank Trippe, Director Corporate Strategy and Internal Affairs, Fraunhofer Institute, and Mr. Girish Kumar, Managing Director, HMT, to join and exchange the MOUs. This is an important partnership that contributes to enhancing India's manufacturing capabilities in line with the Prime Minister's, Mr. Modi's, call for Make in India. We're now nearing the close of this business meet, and may I now invite Professor Boris Otto, Head of Fraunhofer Innovation Center for Logistics and Information Technology, it's called FILIT, to deliver the closing remarks. Professor Otto's work focuses on leading edge areas of research and innovation, including Industry 4.0, a segment that Indian industry is keen to partner and collaborate with Germany.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Honorable Federal Chancellor Mrs. Merkel, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, I'd like to take the opportunity to summarize briefly the findings, the key points of the discussion that we had earlier on this morning. The key theme of this summit is digitizing tomorrow together, and we all agreed in the panel that digitization means changes to the societies, to the economies of our two countries, but of course also to the industrial enterprise. It means changes to the products and services that we offer in the future, but also changes to the way we manufacture and the way we organize our supply chains. To cope with these changes, it is heavily required that we think production engineering and information technology together. And this is in our mutual interest because it brings together two complementary strengths of our countries, of our economies. But how can we achieve that? Well, the good thing is we do not need to start from scratch. We all agreed in our panel discussion that what is required is a digital transformation. And with Industry 4.0, in particular also with the work around the platform Industry 4.0 in Germany, we already have a blueprint that allows us to embark on this digital transformation. Furthermore, we do not need to start from scratch in our collaboration. Fraunhofer has been in India for several years, and together with our strong Indian partners, we can collaborate and embark on this digital transformation together. Let me also address another point that allows us to make this endeavor pretty much concrete. As we all know, key to success in digital transformation is data. And that is also why we recently launched a strategic initiative that we refer to as the Industrial Data Space. The Industrial Data Space supports companies in the secure exchange and the efficient combination in business ecosystems, and thus enables success in the digital world. As I have the honor to lead the Fraunhofer activities towards the Industrial Data Space, I see it as a great chance for collaboration. It allows us, as said before, to bring together the two strengths of our economies, of our industries, for the better of the two of us. Also in the panel, we agreed that there are great opportunities ahead of us, and we all agreed that we should pursue them together, and we definitely agreed that the time is right now to do so. And with these brief remarks, I would like to conclude this convention. I would like to thank all of you for your attention and particularly for your contribution. And I'm personally looking forward to the collaboration in the future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to an end of this program, on behalf of NASSCOM, I take this opportunity to thank Her Excellency Angela Merkel, German Federal Chancellor, and Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, other dignitaries who are present here today, all participants and the media. It was heartening to be a part of this momentous discussion today, and I go back with a sense of tremendous confidence that indeed two great nations of Germany and India are on the cusp of accelerating our partnership to a new level. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May I request, due to security protocol issues, would request people to be seated till the two premiers leave the premise. Thank you for your kind
तो आप देख रहे
cooperation.
थे सीधा प्रसारण बेंगलुरु से, और यहाँ पे एक बेहद महत्वपूर्ण इंडो जर्मन बिजनेस समिट, उसमें तमाम विचार सामने आए। और जिस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा कि भारत इतना पहले कभी तैयार नहीं था उन मौक़ों को भुनाने के लिए जो पूरी दुनिया में निवेश के अगर परिप्रेक्ष्य में कही जाए बातें, तकनीकी विकास के परिप्रेक्ष्य में कही जाए, और जिस तरह की थीम थी इस पूरे समिट की, डिजिटाइजिंग टुमारो टुगेदर, और दोनों देशों ने इस बात की प्रतिबद्धता जताई। कल भी हमने देखा था जिस तरह से जब द्विपक्षीय वार्ता हो रही थी, और ये तस्वीरें आप देख रहे हैं सीधे बेंगलुरु से, और जिस तरह से तमाम तरह के MOUs साइन हुए। कल भी हमने देखा था 18 एक तरह से समझौतों